Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm a professional astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. Click that little letter I in the corner of this video and the drop down card will bring you right to my website. So today I want to talk about the month of August, and I'll do this for each of the zodiac signs. But as a preference, I want you to take quick notes here and remember these things first, and then I'm going to get into each individual sign. Got quite a few things going on in August. I've got at least 20 things to talk about. But a couple of the main things that are going on that are very, very important is this whole month we still have Venus in her retrograde motion in the sign of Leo. And with Venus retrograde, this is that time period where we're reevaluating our values, we're reevaluating some love relationships and partnerships, and we really can be even working on our own self-esteem and our own values and the things that we value just personally about ourselves, because that Venus energy does represent very personal energy. All right, so keep that in mind when I talk about Venus throughout the specifics of each of these videos. And I also want to mention that in the first couple weeks, the first week's actually pretty much close to the first 10 days of August, we have quite a few planets at the final 1 or 2 degrees of each of their respective zodiac signs, and mainly it's Saturn at 28 Scorpio, Venus and Jupiter are both at the 28 and 29th degree of Leo. And when we have these energies, when planets are at the end of the zodiac signs, it creates a sense of urgency. So up until I talk about August 11th, before then, Venus and Saturn and Jupiter transits are all going to have a feeling of urgency around them. So just remember that, and let me get to the details of what's going on now. Okay? All right. Okay, this is for you, Sagittarius, and those with Sagittarius rising. So let's start off with August 1st and August 2nd, because depending on where you live in the world, the day that Saturn is stationary direct is one of those, and it is at 28 degrees of Scorpio. That happens in your solar 12th house. So there's a little bit of a difficulty with that, because Saturn moving through the 12th house really is about, digging down deep into the soul to see what is the problem and what's wrong. We tend to get very sad at that point in time, but it's only just for a couple of weeks this time around. So the last few years while it was there, it was you would have done a lot of internal work. And so with Saturn finally stationary and moving forward, and within just a few short weeks, it'll be out of that sector. So the major focus, Saturn stationary in that 12th house for you, Sag rising, is that you had a lot of internal work to do for yourself. And hopefully you should have had it taken care of by now. Now there has been there will be some stuff here in early August that's going to help that Saturn move along, and so you can see the progress that you've actually made over the last few years. And we get to see it in the first 10 days, first 8 days or so actually of August, because we have Venus in Leo conjunct Jupiter in Leo as retrograde planet. Venus is retrograde. And with those together, we're really reassessing our values, and that goes from the 9th house over to the 12th house, where your Scorpio energy happens to be sitting right now. And with all of that being said, we get to really focus on what our metaphysical beliefs are and how we're incorporating all of that into our everyday living and our life. So Venus and Jupiter conjunct in Leo in your 9th house, Mercury and Venus in your 9th house as a conjunction, and all of those 3 planets making a square to Saturn, who's in the 12th house. So it's a very spiritual time for you, very transformational time for you. So for somebody who's just fun-loving and relatively carefree, you can be very, very serious and feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but I can guarantee you that the things you love, the things you value are going through a shift right now. And excuse me, and all will be well. Do I have another one coming? I do. I don't want to record this again. You get to see it. It's going to stay in there. I'm not editing it. I will move on. On the 8th of August, Mars moves into the sign of Leo. Well, we have planets shifting out shortly. We have Mars moving in. So over the next 7 weeks, starting on August 8th, Mars in that 9th house, it will help you. It's going to eventually will make a square to Saturn as well. It will help you to, again, pick up the pieces, take action where you see that you need to. It's like creating a new foundation for yourself right now. It's a very spiritual place. It's very spiritual, very metaphysical. Now, if you don't want to do that, then it's going to be psychological, all right? Choose the word. Choose your words. They all mean similar things. Now, on the 11th, we have Jupiter leaving Leo, moving into the sign of Virgo. It's going to be in your career sector, the 10th house, and this is fantastic because you're going to be able to focus in on your career now. Not that you haven't up until now, but this will help you to focus in on it. This will make you focus in on it. This is where Jupiter is transiting. Jupiter always likes to expand wherever it is, but this time it's in Virgo. Virgo represents paying attention to the details in our daily routine, and the 10th house represents the career place. What our career is about, how we want it to expand, how we want to pay attention to the details. So over the next year, while Jupiter transits through the sign of Virgo, in that 10th house sector for you, in that career sector for you, your work and your career are going to go through a very nice exchange and a very nice expansion. Okay? Excellent. It's a good place to have it. On the 14th of August, the new moon in the sign of Leo makes a conjunction to Venus, that's retrograde in Leo as well. So on that 14th, when you have that energy going on there, I'm going to give you a bigger forecast when we get closer to the 14th, just a forecast specifically for the new moon and the full moon, because I do that all the time. And but on this new moon, this goes on again in that solar 9th house for you. So it is about expanding your awareness. That seems to be a focus this month for you. Expanding your awareness. What does that mean? That means higher education. Since there's some 12th house stuff going on too, that means higher education in regards to what it is that you believe, your belief systems, your philosophical beliefs, and maybe even some extended college. On the 23rd of August, we do have the sun moving into the sign of Virgo. That as well will be in your career sector. On the 26th of August, the sun conjuncts Jupiter already in the career sector. So this is a wonderful kickoff after the new moon on the 14th, all the way through at least to the 26th. There's a fantastic energy about building your career and building and paying attention to the details of what's important for you in your career and how you want that to look. All right? I'm going to finish up. There's a full moon on the 29th of August, and that's at 6 degrees of Pisces in your solar 4th house. But I don't want to focus on that because I'm going to do another video for that. But I will tell you this, on the 31st, the Sun and Neptune are in an opposition to each other, which means Neptune is right there with that new moon, and that goes up into your, from the 10th house to the 4th house. So that just means that there is something between the career, the 10th house, and the 4th house, the home and family. There is something that is being brought to your attention. Full moons do illuminate something that we're missing, but since it's in Pisces, it might be a fog for a few days, so we might have to wait till early September to figure out what's going on. Something could be hidden from us, whether it's at work or at home. So, I know, that doesn't sound great, does it? That's all right. It'll be revealed, whatever it is. It won't take but a couple days. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Come to my website as well, Astrologer.com, and I do lots of classes online, in-person sessions, on phone, Skype, blah, blah, blah. You know the routine. Thanks for listening. Blessed be. Namaste.